I feel like we've gone back to square one. This time, the person being lambasted by social media onslaught is Doctor Who actress Michelle Gomez. Hello and welcome back to Chat About It, Don't Shout About It with me, Rachel, the Queen of the Woke, is crowned by one of my haters, not by myself. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel, switch on the notification bells so that you know I am releasing another video. Please do feel free to check out all of my other pages, and I have this available in podcast format as well. Thank you to everyone who's joined me already. I cannot run this channel without you. Can we get to 2K? Who knows? Let's give it a go though. Please do keep it friendly in the chat. So, former Doctor Who actress Michelle Gomez, who played Missy, has come under criticism. She recently announced she was playing Professor McGonagall in the brand new all-cast audiobooks. Do we really need these? No, not really. But I like the idea behind them. It would be good to hear it done as a performed audiobook. Needless to say, though, that because it's tied to a certain author, these people who take these roles are subject to scrutiny, and Michelle Gomez has certainly received a very big fair share of that scrutiny. I have an article here from Deadline. Now, I have linked it below. I always do that, should you wish to read it for yourself. I've just pulled the quotes that Michelle has said because it's the most relevant to the video. Michelle Gomez declares, I stand with trans people following Harry Potter Audible casting backlash. And this is by Glenn Garner. As the Harry Potter universe expands to new mediums, Michelle Gomez is the latest actor to speak out against franchise creator J.K. Rowling's anti-trans views. Now, just to be clear, I don't necessarily think she's spoken out directly against it, all right? I just think she was a bit more diplomatic in her response. After Deadline reported this week that Gomez will voice Professor McGonagall in Pottermore Publishing and Audible's Harry Potter, the full cast audio editions, she expressed her support for the trans community while responding to backlash around the project. To my LGBTQ plus fans, and especially the trans community, I want to speak directly to the concerns that have been raised about my involvement in this project, she wrote Wednesday on her Instagram story, according to Entertainment Weekly. I hear you, and I understand why this is painful for many. I want to be clear that I stand with trans people, and I do believe that she does, and I support trans rights fully and without hesitation. While I accepted this role, I did so as someone who has always loved the stories and what they were meant to so many, especially those who found comfort and identity in that world. I now understand more clearly how deeply complicated and hurtful this association can feel, and I take that seriously. Gomez continued, being an ally means listening even when it's uncomfortable and taking accountability where it's needed. I'm committed to doing both. All right. Okay. So, firstly, I'm going to say she didn't need to make that statement. In my opinion, that's just my opinion. But it was very clear that she felt that she needed to do so and may have even been advised to do so. I don't think it's going to affect her career, her taking this job, but it's very likely that she's going to be met with a lot of backlash in the future no matter what she does now. I think that many other people on social media who give her backlash for taking this will just see this as something that is just not valid or acceptable. She mentions accountability, and I'm guessing that she thinks that these statements are her taking accountability. I don't know. The thing is, though, it's a job. You don't need to take accountability for accepting a job just because people don't like the creator. You can have a difference of opinion with the creator and still be able to work. And I would say that's very clearly what's going on here. And well, I've already stated she didn't need to say it. But she said it, and therefore she will naturally be subject to any form of criticism. I managed to find some critique on the Deadline article about Michelle, so let's take a look at those statements. Stop giving J.K. Rowling publicity. Says, I stand with trans people, but I care about my bank account more. There, fixed her statement. And Anonymous says, for me, this is really a eating your cake and having it too situation. If the issue is so important to you, why take the role? No one is forcing you to, but to take the role and issue the statement is performative. Of course it is, because she's an actress in your mind. So it's performative. Everything's performative. Goodness me. And anyway, I find it completely ironic that someone has got the name Stop giving J.K. Rowling publicity, yet focuses on commenting on a post about J.K. Rowling. The truth of the matter is, it's just a job. So it really doesn't matter that she's taken it. She's got to make a living in some way. And I would also say that if it is an issue that is important to Michelle Gomez, which I do believe that is, then it's absolutely fine. It should not affect her ability to take any job. It doesn't really matter. Now, of course, that's just Deadline, and the reaction there is pretty much few and far in between. However, X, surprisingly, was a very different story. I found a lot of backlash on X, and it was difficult to choose what it was that I wanted to use, but I've got some stuff, so let's take a look. Michelle Gomez landed a Harry Potter audiobook gig, then rushed to denounce J.K. Rowling over trans rights, proving in Hollywood you can cash the check and still play the martyr for a crowd of a few hundred loud voices. Michelle Gomez can post as many apologies as she wants. You cannot call yourself an ally to trans or LGBT people while actively choosing to work on a project directly linked to the most notorious, unapologetic T-phobe in the world. That is not allyship, it's performance. There you go again, it's performance. And this person says, so many people have revealed their true selves lately, and I'm literally sitting here going, off to me now. Also off to me now. Yes, you too. Off to me, and you over there. Off to me now. Ugh. Janet McTeer, Michelle Gomez, gone. You know, they criticize her for being performative, but sometimes I swear there's a certain degree of fakeness in social media. I wonder how many of these people who critique J.K. Rowling and anybody who undertakes a project underneath J.K. Rowling will say all of this, but then secretly go out and buy something to do with Harry Potter. I wonder how much of what we see online with the backlash is hypocrisy. I know that LGBT people need support. I've got friends in the LGBT community, but I genuinely feel that if people are constantly bashed over the head with online insults and vitriol for taking a job or defending women over their rights, then we will be at a war, social media war, culture war, for absolute decades. There'll be almost no way out of it. I think if she had not made a statement, then she would have still been in the SH1T. She did make her statement, and she is in the SH1T. I would love if we could just all get along. Wouldn't that be great? But it's not happening. I decided also to ask my subscribers if they had any opinions, just to see if there was a difference of an opinion. But you all came out with pretty much the similar things to what I was thinking. So let's take a quick look at what you said as well. Dylan says, I find it sad she felt she had to apologize for taking a job. People really need to grow up. Lenny says, people need to have a rest or chill out or something. Julian says, should make them sign NDAs before accepting the job. And Farsight says, J.K. Rowling's opinion is nothing to do with her. She should not have had to say anything she had nothing to apologize for or explain. What's interesting is she didn't apologize, she explained. That's interesting. There was no sorry in that. She explained, hey, I understand, I get it. But yeah, there you go. Pretty much all the same. I'll just address the comment there about the NDAs from Julian. Not every project comes with an NDA, unfortunately, in the entertainment industry, although this is quite high profile. So I do wonder if perhaps that there would have been one. Most likely there would have been one. Whether this NDA would cover extensively as to what is said on social media, I would not know. Obviously, I've not seen the contract, but there will be clauses in the contract about social media, and if Michelle has not criticized the project or outrightly criticized the author in relation to the project, then I have no reason to believe that she would have broken any agreement or trust. Now, I was going to give you my own conclusion, but I found a tweet from a drag queen, which I think it sums it up a lot better than what I could. This is from Dakota Cummings, and this is what she says. When I met Michelle Gomez back in Dallas at Fan Expo, she was over the moon that I was in drag and one of my favorite celebrity encounters. Two things can be true at the same time: that she supports trans and LGBTQ rights, which I do believe that she does, and she has bills to pay. It's a job. There you go. And I would wholeheartedly agree that she can do both. Let me know what you think. Chat about it, don't shout about it. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow at 4 p.m. Bye bye.